Depression's a problem, a really common problem. An estimated 350 million people worldwide suffer from depression, and it's a leading cause of disability. Exercise, or talking to a therapist, or cultivating a mindfulness practice can all help with depression. But there's one thing I didn't mention. Music. You probably already know this, but I'm going to tell you a secret. There's a lot of sad music out there. There's lots of artists out there making music that's listened to by people who are sad or depressed. I know I'm unlovable. You don't have to tell me. Before I get into these studies, let's get one thing straight. Music therapy isn't just listening to your favorite songs while you're sad. There's two types of music therapy that are commonly used in the studies I'll talk about. The first type does involve listening to music, but you have to listen to the music with a therapist. You talk through the feelings and emotions with the therapist that come up when you're listening to the music. Better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. This better have my money. Play down, call me on my blood. Stop it! Just reminds me of when I didn't get paid! The second type's kind of the same deal as the first. While you're improvising music, having a blast, you get to talk through the feelings and emotions that come up when you're improvising. Basically, you get to jam out with your therapist. To be a victim. Be a victim by choice. Maybe partying will help. I feel better now. Part of the problem with comparing all these different scientific studies on music therapy and depression is that the type of music therapy used differs depending on the study. Another problem with comparing these studies is that even if two therapists use the exact same music therapy, they might have personal differences on how they administer it. One therapist could be warm and kind and caring, while another therapist could have a different style, which is more straightforward and by the book. So now that I'm about to start talking about these different studies, just remember they're hard to compare because both the music therapy used and the actual therapists used are different. In the first study I'll talk about, patients listened to soft music every day for 30 minutes for 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, patients who listened to the music actually improved on their depression scores when compared to patients who didn't listen to the music. Another study involved patients improvising with a therapist. Patients suffering from depression got this type of music therapy in addition to their regular care. At the end of the study period, people who got the music therapy plus the regular care did better than people who just got the regular care. Another thing that can vary between studies is the kind of music used. Another study looking at music therapy with cancer patients showed that when the cancer patients themselves selected the music, they did better than when the researchers selected the music. It makes sense to me because metal's not exactly my bag, but it might be someone else's bag, like my husband's. So we know from studies that music therapy seems to work in treating depression. But how does it work? We know that music can make us feel good. It can be rewarding in a way that things like food or sex or drugs actually are. A 2011 paper made headlines when it actually showed that music releases dopamine from the striatum in the same way that other rewarding things do. Which is totally crazy because music isn't tangible like those things. It's its own thing. The reason why music therapy might work so well in treating depression is that it's a pleasurable way to express yourself without using words. It can be a release of emotion and it can be cathartic. So if you're feeling blue, maybe music therapy can help you. Music therapy might not work for everyone, and if you are depressed, there are lots of resources and things you can try, so don't get discouraged if one doesn't work out. And if you are suffering from depression, I put some resources down in the info box below that you can try. Bye guys. This new video series is called Science with Moxie. I'll have new videos every month on Fridays, so if you want to stay in touch, please rate, comment, and subscribe.